Hey there, so today we have a video where we are going to do a wear test and demonstration and a review of the new Bobbi brand Skin Long Wear Fluid Powder Foundation Broad Spectrum SPF 20. If you'd like to see how this wears and what I think about this for the mature woman's skin, then stick around because we're about to get right into it. Hi, I'm Mona, and this is About Face with Mona. This is the channel geared towards everything for the mature woman. Makeup, skincare, and lifestyle products. Today, we are going to be looking at some makeup and some skincare, and we're going to look at whether or not they are good for the mature woman. So if you'd like to see how that turns out, then stick around. Right now we are doing an anti-aging series. This is not a dedicated anti-aging series video, but we are evaluating whether these two products are good for the aging woman. So they kind of fit in at the same time. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you stopping by my channel. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing and pressing the notification bell so you don't miss any videos in my anti-aging series. They are really going to contain some good content. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Now before we get started, I want to say that I am showcasing another pair of earrings by Wendy from the channel My Life Wendy. She makes jewelry. In every video, I'm showcasing a different piece from her collection. Very pretty. So if you're interested in checking out Wendy's channel or any of Wendy's jewelry, I have her tagged in this video. So make sure that you check her out and tell her that Mona sent you. She can do custom pieces, and she's got a lot that are already made, but if there's something in particular that you're interested in, she can probably do it for you. We are looking at Bobbi brand Skin Long Wear Fluid Powder Foundation with SPF 20. What are the specs on this? It is $40 for 1.4 fluid ounces, which is more than your typical foundation contains. It also has 28 shades to choose from, so I think that is very good. It is a liquid to powder foundation. It is light coverage. We're going to find out if this works for the mature woman. So this is not part of my anti-aging series, but I wanted to get in a review of this new, relatively new to me, Bobbi brand powder foundation. I wanted to get this video up because the Sephora VIB sale is still going on. I didn't really make any recommendations on that. The Tatcha water gel is so popular, and a lot of people were talking about ordering that, and I saw it on a lot of the recommendations. And I've used that, and I've also used this one by Primera. I have normal leaning towards dry, but it's not always dry because I take good care of my skin, so I thought maybe I could get by with this if I used a really good moisturizer. This is my second container of this Primera Alpine Berry Water Cream. I think it rivals Tatcha's water cream that is so popular. I had a mini size the last time that I purchased it myself. And then, as you know, I'm always looking on the Octoly store to see if there's any products there that I can either show to you for the first time or something that I've used before that I really like and ask for. On the Octoly store, they have the limited edition version of this Primera Alpine Berry Water Cream, and it was in a larger container than what I had previously and used up. So I asked for it, and Primera was nice enough to gift this to me. So thank you, Primera, for gifting this to me. I wanted to just highlight this, tell them thank you. And you know that on my channel, if you've been watching it for any length of time, that I've really been gearing myself more towards good for the earth, eco-friendly types of products. I've been really trying to make better buying decisions and purchase more things that check off all those boxes. And this one is one that does that. So I really like the effects of it. First and foremost, I have to say that it is very super hydrating, but yet it sinks right in my skin and it doesn't feel greasy. So this has become like my perfect daytime moisturizer, so that I can wear it under makeup, but I can get that high degree of moisturization and hydration that I want, so that I don't have texture showing and dryness showing on my face. This is that moisturizer. It's delicately dewy, it's creamy, it sinks right in, and it provides lasting hydration. What's special about it is that this is a special edition for Love the Earth, Save the Wetlands. So being in South Louisiana where I am surrounded by wetlands. That is a very big part of my environment. So I was really excited about this whole campaign that Primera is doing. So this is primarily for dry skin. I don't think this would be a good product for my oily girls out there. It is lightweight, but it is very super hydrating. It has water stay technology. It quenches dry skin and locks in moisture while maintaining a fresh, lightweight feel. So it plays very well with makeup. It is a potent blend of wild strawberry sprouts that provide intense hydration and radiance. And the cream is formulated with a proprietary Alpine berry complex. It's a blend of antioxidant-rich blackberry sprouts known to survive in the harsh alpine region that delivers intense hydration and radiance, as well as coconut-derived oil to help nurture and soothe dryness. Primera is proud to support the Conservation Fund in its efforts to protect wetlands across the United States that are home to plants and wildlife. So that really mattered to me. It's got the Clean It Sephora seal. So now that I've prepped my skin and it's extremely hydrated, let's see if I can get away with this foundation. It's a shake well. So what are the specs on this? This is a first ever liquid to powder foundation from Bobbi Brown that self-sets into a comfortable light coverage. The coverage is light, the finish is matte, the formulation is liquid, it's for normal, combination, and oily skin. It's got a power protein complex that helps skin look smooth and healthy. It's free of parabens and phthalates. Product is also gluten-free. This formula keeps skin protected with environmental blue light and UV filters. Power Protein Complex helps skin look smooth and healthy. Apply a small amount of liquid to fingertips for quick and easy application. It self-sets and the transformation is quick, so if you need a little more time, apply with a damp sponge. So even though this isn't my typical kind of foundation, I really did want to try it. Very thin. And I am going to go in and pounce it on with my sponge, Perfection Perfector sponge from Oprah. I have to tell you, I've really been loving this. It's kind of my new go-to sponge. And I still have a discount code for this. I can drop below, or any Oprah product really. So as you know, I don't like to do first impressions. I like to try things and become familiar with them before I show them to you. So I have tried this before, and I do find that it really works quick. So it does work better for me with a sponge. And my initial impression is when I put it on, I absolutely did not like it. And when it says that it transforms, I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing something, because even though I don't like it when I first put it on, I like it better after it settles in a couple of minutes. And you definitely can go in with your fingers. I was looking for my Pat McGrath under eye concealer, which has also become my favorite. That is a beautiful under eye setting powder. But I think it's in my purse and I'm not gonna go get it right now. So instead I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, which is this is almost as good as that, but just not quite as good. So you don't have to set your face with powder with this Bobbi Brown foundation, and I would not recommend that you set it with powder. It is self-setting, and if you set it with powder on a mature face, it's going to look cakey. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly put on my makeup on top of it so we can see what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to finish my makeup and then we're going to come back and we're going to do a check-in and see how this looks. Okay, so I have finished my makeup and I want to talk about the foundation. Zoom you in a little bit. So there's definitely light coverage. You can see little pink spots or blemishes poking through. However, I like the way it dries down. You can see my skin through it. So it's a light coverage, but I like the way it dries down matte. Sometimes a dewy, really luminous foundation, it just serves to accentuate my pores. So when you're mature and you have dry skin, you have big pores, and you have texture, it is really challenging to find foundations that work for you. And I've experimented with so many, and I keep trying pretty much every one that says that it blurs, and I look for how I can wear it. I like a medium coverage for the most part because I have so much redness, but I'm finding that there's trade-offs, right? So sometimes I have to trade off the coverage for a healthier looking finish, and that's sometimes the lighter coverages with a little bit of red or a little bit of my skin showing through actually looks better than a heavier, cakier foundation that's gonna really settle into lines. And I say fine lines and wrinkles, but some of them are not so fine anymore. They're just wrinkles. So it's always challenging to find that perfect foundation. And I'm still looking. This is one that is surprisingly decent for the mature woman if you wear it right. This, and what made me really think of this moisturizer as maybe something that could help me wear this foundation, is that this moisturizer helps me wear my Estee Lauder Double Wear. I love the coverage from Double Wear by Estee Lauder. I love the way that makes my skin look, but it is dry and it is matte. And sometimes, even though I like the coverage and I like components about it, I have to make sure that my skin is really hydrated in order to wear that. And you can't just be so hydrated that your foundation is going to slip and slide or that it's not going to stay on. It has to be moisturizer that doesn't cause my foundation to pill. So this is, and I'm sure there are more, but for me this does all that, and it's clean and it checks off a lot of the boxes that I'm looking for, and it plays well with my makeup. I think without a good moisturizer, this foundation would definitely be a no-go. But with a great moisturizer, and my skin really moisturized, I kind of like it. I like the fact that it has that powdery finish. I don't know what it is about it. It sort of creates some kind of magic when it dries down. Your skin has to be optimally prepped if it's dry, no doubt about it. If you just go in with dry skin, it won't work. Moisturized skin, you put this on It gives you a light coverage, and I like the finish. I like that liquid to powder finish. And what I like is that I can control my shine. So I can still have luminosity, I can still have glow, but I can control where that is. So I put this foundation on top of a good moisturizer, and then I take something like this Soft Focus Glow Drops, and I wish I knew, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but Rodial, or Rodial, I'm gonna say Rodial, is Soft Focus Glow Drops by Rodial. It's Illuminating Ultimate Glow Primer. This is something that you can wear under foundation as well. But on top of this one, I can control kind of where I get that dewiness or luminosity. So you can see that there's some shine and some luminosity on my skin. It is not completely matte. And that is because of the moisturization and because I topped it with this. And so with that, I get kind of a finish that I want and a little bit of a blurring of the pores. I can tell you already that this has great staying power for me. But we'll come back and we'll do a check-in. Okay, we're gonna do a 7-hour check-in. And this is closer than any of you wanna be. It is really not settling into fine lines. It's worn away a little bit right here because I've been blowing my nose. I always have sinuses. Might be catching on that texture a little bit right here. Doesn't look too dry. My skin does not feel too dry. It did not suck all the moisture out. Still has some luminosity. I think this is the only spot right here where I really feel like it emphasizes texture. It's not really like gunking up on there. So overall, I've still enjoyed wearing this today. I think if you have normal skin, you'd probably like this. If you have oily skin, you'd probably really like this if you like a light foundation. I think if you're looking for something that's more mattifying, that you can control the luminosity on, this could be that also. So I'll be back for another check-in. Okay, I'm back. It's been 9 hours. I know that's not extremely long, but I've worn this for up to 13. And really, I already, like I said, I already know how it wears. I just kind of want you to be able to see. Still has not settled into fine lines. Still have some moisture in my skin. Hasn't broken down any more than it already had around my nose. So I think the pros are that it is a long wearing foundation. It comes in about 28 shades, which is another pro. It's got SPF 20 in it, which is another pro. I think the cons would be that you have to moisturize if your skin is dry. It can be a pro or a con that you can see your skin through it, because some people like that coverage and some people want a heavier coverage. If you are looking for a medium to full coverage, this is not your foundation. It is watery, it is light in texture, it goes on. So another pro is that it's light and watery and thin and goes on with your fingers or a sponge, or you can stipple it on with a brush. You have to choose a color that's a little darker. If you're going online, you want to choose a color that's a little darker than your normal color. I always go with pretty much the lightest color that a foundation makes. And this one, reading the reviews, I had went with the Warm Sand 036, and that has been something that would normally be darker for me, but it has been a good match for me in this color, in this foundation. So overall, I think it's a good foundation. So what's my final verdict? I think this is a really nice foundation. And I think that with the right skin treatment, anybody could wear it. If you're normal or you're oily without any prep, I think this would be a perfect foundation for you if you like light coverage that looks skin-like and that's easy to go on, that has SPF. If you're dry, I think with skin prep and you like light coverage and skin looking coverage, this would be a beautiful product for you. I am not sorry that I bought it. I will definitely be enjoying this product, surprisingly. I do have to moisturize. I don't want you to get this in and say, you know, a mature dry skin and put it on and say, oh, this looks awful without skin prep. Yes, it will. I'll tell you that. I've tried it without moisturizing. I've tried it with moisturizing. I've tried it with primer. I've tried it without primer. I find that if I use a good moisturizer, I don't need to prime, and that it is blurring on its own without a primer, which is also something I always wear, a pore blurring primer right here. With this foundation, I don't find that I need any primer as long as I moisturize. It's $40 for 1.4 fluid ounces. I think that is, so if we're doing the Mona Star program, right, how many stars would this get? So for packaging, I would give it a star. I like the packaging. This is easy for travel. You know, it's a squeeze tube. It's not messy. You can throw it in your bag, throw it in your purse. It's not going to spill, break, anything. So I like the packaging. Price point. I give it a star for price point. This was $40 for 1.4 fluid ounces. Now, can you get a drugstore foundation for a better price? Absolutely. But if you're looking for luxury makeup, right, and you're looking at luxury foundation prices, $40 for 1.4 fluid ounces is very good, because normally you get 1 fluid ounce in a jar. This is almost 1.5 ounces, and it's only $40. This is a good price point for a luxury foundation. Ingredients. I would give this a star for ingredients. It has titanium dioxide, zinc oxide. So those are two great mineral sunscreens. It's also got sodium hyaluronate. It's also got vitamin E, arginine. Doesn't have any fragrance. It doesn't have any alcohol. I think a star for ingredients, definitely. Does it do what it claims to do? Well, let's see. It says it's their first ever liquid to powder foundation that self-sets into a comfortable, soft, matte finish. Formulated with a power protein complex to help skin look smooth and healthy. This lightweight, sweat-resistant formula controls oil and stays color true all day, plus it keeps skin protected on the go with environmental blue light and UV filters. It's paraben-free, phthalate-free, sulfate-free, and gluten-free. So yes, I think it gets a star for its claims. It does what it says it's going to do. It is lightweight. It did make my skin look better than it does without foundation, for sure. It protects it from UVA, UVB light, and UVA, UVB, and blue light, which I appreciate. Color has stayed true. I didn't find that it oxidized. So the last one was what I recommend. Yes. Would I consider repurchasing? Yes, I will definitely be wearing this. I like that it's easy to apply. You can even apply it on the go. It's easy to travel with. I like that I can control my luminosity, so it's not exaggerating my pores. And that as long as I hydrate well, that it's gonna do good. So 5 stars out of 5 for this foundation, which is rare for me to give on a foundation. I'm surprisingly very happy with it. And I think it would be worth trying. But you can tell for yourself by what you think it looks like on me. Now you gotta keep in mind when you're looking at my face with a foundation that my face is so flawed. And so it takes amazing foundations to help my skin look okay. By themselves, they're just not so hot. So yeah, I'm impressed. And I actually like the way this looks more than I like the way a lot of foundations that are geared specifically for the dry, mature woman's skin look on me. There's that. So I hope you enjoyed this video and the look of the Bobbi Brown, and that you consider trying this moisturizer if you have really dry, dehydrated skin and you want a good brand that is eco-friendly. I think this is a winner. So there will be a discount code in the comments for that. It's not an affiliate code. I don't get anything for you ordering it. Not that there would be anything wrong with that if I did, but if you're interested in trying it, especially while the sale's going on. Well, I hope that you all are doing good. The next video will be another video in my anti-aging series. And until then, live light now.